In the rolling hills of Andalusia, where the morning mist meets the soft breath of dawn, there lived a young shepherd named Santiago. Every day he wandered with his flock, across fields, through villages, under open skies. But his mind was always somewhere far beyond the horizon. He had a dream that whispered to him of hidden treasure buried near the pyramids of Egypt.
Night after night, the same dream called to him. He didn't know if it was real or just fantasy, but something deep inside told him it meant something. He longed for more than the quiet rhythm of a shepherd's life. He longed to see the world, to chase the unknown. But like so many of us, he feared leaving behind the comfort of the familiar.
One day, fate sent him a messenger, an old man who called himself Melchizedek, the king of Salem. He seemed to know everything about Santiago, even his dream. Melchizedek told him something extraordinary. When you truly desire something, the entire universe conspires to help you achieve it. Those words struck Santiago like lightning. He realized that maybe, just maybe, the dream was real. And the only way to find out was to follow it. He sold his sheep, took all his savings, and set off for Egypt, chasing the destiny his heart had whispered all along. But life doesn't hand over dreams easily. In the first days of his journey, Santiago was robbed, stripped of everything. Alone, hungry, and far from home, he sat on a stone street and wept. He thought of going back, to safety, to the life he knew. But then he remembered the old man's words. The universe only helps those who dare to try. And so, instead of giving up, Santiago found work at a crystal shop on a hill. Every day, he polished glass until his hands ached. He learned patience, he learned humility, and he learned something even greater, that each hardship carries a lesson. The crystal merchant taught him that fear stops people more than failure ever will. Many people dream, the merchant said, but they never begin because they fear losing what they already have. Those words stayed with Santiago. He realized his dream wasn't about gold anymore. It was about becoming someone braver than he was yesterday. With new wisdom and money saved, Santiago joined a caravan crossing the Sahara. Among the travelers was an Englishman searching for the secrets of alchemy, the ancient art of turning metal into gold. Through the Englishman, Santiago learned about the soul of the world, the invisible thread connecting everything that exists. He began to see that every grain of sand, every gust of wind, every heartbeat spoke a universal language, the language of dreams. Then, in the middle of the desert, destiny smiled again. He met Fatima, a woman whose presence felt like peace itself. For the first time, Santiago understood love, pure, patient, and eternal. He wanted to stay, to live beside her forever. But Fatima, wise and kind, told him, "Go, fulfill your dream. If I am truly part of your destiny, you will return." And so he left her, not because he loved her less, but because true love never holds you back. It gives you wings. In the heart of the desert, Santiago met the legendary Alchemist, a man who could turn lead into gold and teach souls to awaken.
The alchemist became his guide, not just across the desert, but into the depths of his own heart. Listen to your heart, he said. It knows all things because it came from the soul of the world. Under his guidance, Santiago learned that real alchemy is not about transforming metals, it's about transforming yourself.
One day, Santiago and the alchemist were captured by desert tribesmen. To survive, the alchemist made a bold claim that Santiago could turn himself into the wind. The men laughed. Santiago panicked, but he had no choice. He closed his eyes and listened, really listened, to the wind, the sun, the desert, his own heartbeat. He realized they were not separate, they were all connected. And in that moment of truth, Santiago became the wind. He had finally learned to speak the language of the universe. After all the trials, all the loss, all the lessons, Santiago finally stood before the pyramids of Egypt. He fell to his knees, overwhelmed with gratitude. He began to dig, hour after hour, believing the treasure lay beneath his hands. But there was nothing. As he lay beaten and broken, one of the robbers mocked him, saying, "I had a dream too, of treasure buried in Spain under a sycamore tree." And suddenly, he understood. The treasure wasn't in Egypt. It was waiting for him where it all began. Months later, Santiago returned to the same old church where he'd first dreamed of the treasure. He knelt beneath the tree, dug into the earth, and there it was, a chest filled with gold, jewels, and relics from ancient times. But the real treasure wasn't what his hands touched. The real treasure was the journey itself, the courage to begin, the faith to continue, the wisdom to see that everything he'd sought was already inside him. He felt the wind brush his face, the same wind that once carried his dream. It whispered her name, Fatima. He smiled, because now he understood destiny isn't a destination, it's a journey. When you follow your heart, when you dare to dream, when you trust the signs the universe gives you, you will always find your way home. Each of us carries a dream, a whisper from the universe calling us toward our purpose. But most people never follow it. They wait for the right moment, the perfect sign, forgetting that the path only appears when you take the first step. The treasure you seek may not be far away. It might be waiting, right where your story began. So, if you're listening to this now, don't stop dreaming. Don't stop believing. Because somewhere out there, and deep within you, the universe is already conspiring to help you find your treasure. And that, my friend, is the story of The Alchemist. A story that reminds us that every dream, no matter how far it seems, begins with a single step of faith. Thanks for watching this story. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.